Okay, got the recording so we can share it with you afterwards. So, still seeing my screen, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so as I mentioned, the Avon On app is getting an update, and the specific area which will get the update is called the Social Media Hub. So currently, it's very basic. The Social Media Hub is the area where you go and share out content. You share the images and the GIFs and the videos and the IM brochures, etc., that we are sharing with you. So that's the particular functionality that's going to get a nice little upgrade for you. The concept of this is to really improve the way that you guys can share the content and improve that functionality so that we can really sort of enrich the whole experience for you. Because the more content you can share, the more that you can organize your life so that it's easier for you to share, the easier it is going to be. And the more the easier it's going to be to encourage your downloads and for you to do it. We don't want to make things more difficult for you. That's really not our aim here. Okay, so as I go, guys, pop your questions in the chat, and if we can answer them during the call, we will, and if we can't, we will share the answers with you afterwards. Okay, so the same as always. I'm so glad more people are still joining. We're getting lots of people. Okay, so let's move on to the next pieces here. So the concept of this is for us to really turn each of you into little micro influencers. So you are influencers of each of your own communities because you're out there and you're driving the Avon name and you're driving the Avon brochure and you're doing that in any case. Now we're making your micro influencing experience just that much more online, and we're trying to enable it a lot more for you. So let's kick off and go into the actual information. So as always, you know exactly how to download the On app. I hope you've all already got it, but we won't go into too much detail of how you download the app. But the guide that we share with you afterwards is really, it's all encompassing. So if someone picks up On for the first time, they'll know exactly what's going on. Right, so once we log in, your page looks a little bit different. So to start off with, you're going to have a tile that says place an order. So it's nice and easy for you to just click in and go straight to place an order. Place an order still works the same way it used to. We're just giving you a nice easy tile as soon as you land on the dashboard. Below that, you've got the social sharing hub. Now, when you click on that, again, it's a nice easy way for you to just go straight in and go to the amazing content that we've got available for you to start sharing. Go to the next slide. So here, this is just a little list of the new functionalities that we've got for you. So the first thing is there'll be you'll be able to add videos, images or GIFs to your posts, which is a little bit of an upgrade for what you've currently got. You'll be able to draft the post and schedule it for the date and time that you want. So this is quite a huge change in that you'll be able to actually, before you could just share the image and then when you're going to Facebook, you'd have to type in what you want to say in the post. Now what we're doing is allowing you to type that copy into the On app, and then we're allowing you to schedule it for when you want the post to be posted. It'll let you create the post from scratch because maybe you've got a particular way that you want to type out that post when you share, for example, the new vitamin C serum. Maybe you've got something special you want to say, but maybe you want to use our recommended posts. So there'll be some content already created for you that you can just share, because we've already done that part for you. Okay. The next thing is you'll be able to add hashtags, which is quite cool. So that will allow you to pretty much share things the way that you normally would on any of the social media platforms. And then the next part is that you can add your My Avon store link to the post. So you'll have a little spot where you can add the URL, and it would usually be your My Avon store, or if you've got your own Avon website already, you can just pop it in there. And then you'll be able to, as always, personalize your images with friends and then post the content to multiple social media accounts. So not just Facebook at a time, you'll be able to select a couple. So that is a high-level update of exactly what's going to change. So let's take you into how these things look. So the first thing is on the hub screen, once you've clicked on that first dashboard tile, you're going to see the brochures at the top, which is, as always, we want to be showcasing the brochures at the top. And then the content to share will appear below in a format which enables you to scroll down. So what you currently do on the Avon On app is you have to scroll to the side. So as you're going to go through all the content, you've got to scroll to the side, which is a little bit strange on a phone. because we're used to, whenever we're on any social media platforms or any sites, we're used to scrolling down, right? So the app is now going to do that for you rather in the social media hub. It just makes it a much easier, more seamless experience. Then you'll also see at the top, and this little screenshot doesn't really show you, but on the top left-hand side of the content, it'll have a little GIF to show, it'll have a little indicator to show if it's a GIF or a video. So it's easy for you to identify from the social media hub whether the piece of content is going to be a moving image or a GIF, or if it's going to be a video, or if it's just a plain old image, because that wasn't really that easy for you to decipher previously. And then at the top, it also just shows you the feed and the queue, and I'll show you a little bit more about what that is in a second. So, yeah. There are all of these pieces of content which we'll start sharing with you guys as well, and then that you'll be able to pass down to your downlines as well, and it will also help you to drive your Avon On usage in your team. So the content in feed, this is where you can create and enhance your content. So the first step is, one of the other cool things that we've added in here is there's little tutorials throughout the site to show you what you need to do. So even if you're not listening to a word that I'm saying, or the guide, you can't really decipher exactly what's going to happen, when you're in the app, there'll be little tutorials throughout to help you through it. So that's really going to make things a lot easier. And, you know, in the current state that we're finding ourselves in with COVID, you know, you guys know it's very difficult for you to, you know, get in touch face to face with all of your dial-ins in your teams the way you usually would have. So we're trying to make that a little bit easier for you with the online training hub and with the tutorials throughout the app. So we're just trying to sort of ease that pain as much as we possibly can. So you'll take the tutorials, then you'll choose the images and things that you want to add to your post. And as you create your post, you're going to add your hashtags. You're going to insert the URL or a link to the product, and then you can upload to using a frame. So that's like very high level, the process for adding content to your feed. Here's some examples of the content that we'll be putting in there for you. So nice images, flat lays around the products. So really Instagrammable kind of content, Facebook, this kind of stuff really drives a lot of traffic. This is just a little bit more detail about the tutorials. It'll tell you exactly how to create your post from scratch. It'll tell you how to connect your social media accounts to the Avon On social sharing hub. So if you guys have, sorry, please excuse my dogs that are just having a moment. Just muted so my husband can shout at them. Okay, so because you're going to be sharing content directly to your social media accounts, you are going to need to do a little bit of a connection to allow those social media accounts to actually connect to the Avon On app. But there is a tutorial that's going to show exactly how to do that, okay? And then it's going to show you how to create a post with the help of Avon. So using posts that we have recommended versus posts that you have created from scratch. So these tutorials will really help you through that. This is just high level showing you how you would create your post if you wanted to do it yourself. So you'll select an existing image. If you wanted to do a photo frame, you could select that here as well. Then you would type in this little bit over here. This is where you're going to either use the copy that we provide you, or you can come here and you can type, you know, Avon True Color lipsticks are absolutely amazing. My favorite color is blah, blah. You can type in whatever you want to. You can throw in a little hashtag over here. And then this is the little area where you put in your URL. So yeah, you would put in either the general website. Ideally, you put your own personal My Avon store link over there. And if you wanted to make any edits to the image. Okay, so pretty simple. It's not too complicated to do. Then this is just the second part of the post, where if you wanted to, well, it's pretty much the same thing. We're not telling you much different here. It's just explaining it in a different way. This is the content queue. So now what happens is, once you create those different posts, it's going to ask you, when do you want to post when do you want to post it? Do you want to post it now? Do you want to post it tomorrow? And you get to choose on a calendar which date you want it to actually appear. which is really great because you can go in on a Sunday night and you can decide what all the pieces of content you want to post for the rest of the week, what on Instagram, what on Twitter, what on Facebook, etc. And it's completely organized for you on Sunday already. So everything, it goes and waits in your queue for you. And you can see over here what the queue, they will go and they'll wait in the queue for you over here, and you'll see what date that it and what time it is going to be posted. You'll see any drafts, so drafts that you haven't completely finished typing up. You'll see the ones that you've scheduled, so they will look like this one. And if they've overdue, so maybe you've scheduled them, but you didn't actually go in to share them. And you'll receive reminders to let you know. So here's the one little thing, caveat that I need to mention. So as much as you need to go in and schedule, so that Sunday night, you'll go in, you'll schedule everything. You've got one for Monday, one for Tuesday, one for Wednesday, etc. On Monday, you will just have to go in the app and just release it. Okay, it won't do it automatically by itself. So you'll have to just go in and release it. But you'll get a little reminder to say to you, Letitia, don't forget you need to go and release your post, so that you can quickly just log in and release it. And then if you don't get to do that, then it'll just go and wait in that overdue post section over there. Okay. This is just if you, as you're editing and scheduling, you'll see there's a nice little calendar there that helps you to sort of select the right date. And you can then enter your time, etc., of how you want to schedule the post. If you would like to edit it or reschedule the overdue posts, you are quite able to do that. So let's say the app does go over, if the post does go overdue, all you need to do is click on it again, edit it, and change the date. It's as simple as that. Okay. Sorry, guys. All right, so just very high level. That is basically the changes. But what I want, it does look like quite a lot of information, and it does look like it's quite complicated. But what I'd really like you to do is just go in and play, because you can't break it. So as you go in, you'll see Christine's loaded amazing content all over the app for you. Go in, play with it, schedule it, test it, see how it works for you. You'll start to see what kind of content your Instagram followers really enjoy. You'll start to see which ones of your Facebook followers really enjoy, and you'll be able to really grow yourselves as influencers with your customers, and quite often with your downlines too, to be honest. So this is really what we'd like to show you. I want to now go and have a look if there's any questions in there. There's a couple of people who joined there as well. Let's have a look in the chat box and see if there's any questions.
No questions, Trace. There was just a question on the on WhatsApp. If you'll share the link to the recording.
I'm just battling to hear you.
Oh, okay. I'm not sure why. I said there's no questions. Just a comment if you can share the link to the recording afterwards.
Tracy? Colleague?
Nice.
Just give me a sticky here, sorry. See, we all have technical issues, you see now. Now my screen.
There are a couple of questions now. I don't know if you can hear me.
Yes, I got you. There we go, sorry about that.
No problem.
So I see Kyron's asking, can we use multiple hashtags? Yes, you can. A leader maybe plans to add statements on the account. You mean from a representative's point of view, a leader? Leader sounds amazing. We'll go and check it out. Yes, like payments and credits. So from the Avon On point of view, there is a couple of functionalities which you're working on as part of the roadmap. And that is exactly that. So pulling in the balance inquiry so that you can see exactly what's going on in the account. That's all stuff that is planned for us to add.
Trace, will you be sharing the link to the recording afterwards?
Of course. Of course.
Good.
You can imagine.
Baie goed. I just need to ask.
Yeah, we'll share the link with you guys, but you'll also receive the guide. When it will go live, it should be released into the app stores later today. But then it's usually different with iOS and Google, like when it actually appears to the public. So you can expect time in the next few days. Can we maybe have something on there where we can verify? Okay, so Alida, right now, representative, when they log into the On app, they can see their own details, their cell phone numbers and email addresses. You can't change it from there, but you can see it from there. If you're wanting to change the email address, just the email address, you can do that on GR3. But any of the other personal details like cell phone number have to be done through the call center because there are fraud checks in place. So I'm not able to into any of the systems at the moment. It's definitely something I know would help everybody, but from a fraud perspective, there are processes we need to follow. Anything else, anybody? Coles, you said there was a question on WhatsApp.
That was just regarding the link.
Oh,
if we're going to share, that's all.
Cool. Right. Let's any other questions. Look, if there are, just shoot them over to us and we're happy to answer them afterwards. But otherwise, we'll share the recording with you and you'll receive the guide and you'll receive everything that you need. And yeah, just play around. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Colette.